I'm Dr. Kirstie de Luna. I'm 28 years old. I'm currently a second-year resident at East Avenue Medical Center, Department of Emergency Medicine. And being in the emergency room, we are the frontliners. We are literally the ones catering for all the patients coming in at our emergency room, either COVID or non-COVID patients. We cater to them in any kind of emergencies. I think I will siguro start from January, from where it all began. Kasi I think our first case, I think sa Lazaro, January ata yun. So when Dr. Duque had an interview confirming our first case, so I think everyone panicked. So even I think East Avenue was really not ready for that kind of situation, for a certain surge. I think last December kasi I already had an experience handling a surge or what we call mass casualty incident in our hospital. Mass casualty incident happens when there's a certain surge of patients coming in. Siguro bulk sila marami, like 80 to 100 patients. For example, last December, we had already the Lampanog case. We had a total of 83 patients, as in sabay-sabay sila on the eve of Christmas, December 23 and 24. So I think we're already trained how we manipulate or how we set up our emergency room for that kind of patients. We're already anticipating that Taal also comes January. So we already prepared also. Yun nga, when the first case already is confirmed, we already mobilized our emergency room for setting up for COVID patients. And that time, we really do not admit parang lahat sila, they come in with undifferentiated symptoms. So, simpleng ubo o sipon, we let them stay in a certain tent and then we assess. And then there's a certain guideline. The guideline was being revised kasi parang every week, iba-iba siya. So, that was really a struggle for us kasi we don't know kung kailan magbabago yung algorithm, kailan ba kami mag-a-admit, kailan ba kami magpapauwi, kailan kami magre-refer or magpapatest ng patients. So what we really did was just make a census of every patients coming in with respiratory problems. Pero kung wala naman travel history, we tag them as persons under monitoring. So they go home. At that time kasi pa isa-isa pa yung patient. So very mild symptoms, simple respiratory like colds, cough, pupunta yung patients. So that was really also a struggle kasi nakahalt din yung normal operation ng ER. Kasi also, even though we have the COVID patients, we also do not stop catering to trauma patients, to stroke patients, to the normal scenario sa ER. So I think yun yung pinaka-struggle namin na how will we, being in the field, being literally the frontliners, how will we divide ourselves kung COVID ba to, kahit trauma to, baka naman COVID din siya. So that was really hard for us kasi hindi pa nga complete yung pinaka-algorithm. Tapos nagbabago siya every week. So, and then come February, yun nga we really set up na our triaging differently na talaga na we literally stay outside. Doon kami nag-i-screen. So, my residents kasi, kaming lahat, we go on duty for 12 hours in 2 shifts. So, every 12 hours yun, iba-ibang residents. So, we wear PPE and that time, limited pa ang PPE. So, how has it affected us? Yun nga, in a certain day, actually, in a normal ER day, we cater 300 to 400 patients per day in the emergency room. So, ang dami-dami nila. Pero, come February, nung nagkaroon na ng virus, parang, although kumonti sila, like 200, 100 patients, very different yung presentations nila. So that time may diarrhea pa. I think kasi we handle really severe cases eh. So for patients naman that come in with undifferentiated symptom like, Doc, sinisipon ako, nilalagnat ako, COVID na po ba ito, ganyan sila. So also we reassure naman our patients na hindi naman porket may symptom ka, automatic ka nang may COVID. So we advise them to self-quarantine, and then very important is to really take care of yourself, isolate yourself, maintain social distancing. And then if you have respiratory problems, you come back pag nagpa-persist. We really have critical patients coming in, and critical patients, we have our resuscitation area sa labas. So naka-tent lang talaga kami, literal parang nandun na kami nagpapasyente. So for patients naman that require intubation, like more critical cases like pneumonia na high risk that needs to be intubated,
Mhm.
of course, syempre yung family, they will ask you, Doc, hindi naman po COVID yung sakit ng pasyente. Bakit po kami nasa labas? Bakit po hindi kami pinapapasok? At bakit yung po tutubuhan yung pasyente namin? Sinasabi namin is, ito po ay para makatulong sa pasyente ninyo. Gagawin po namin ang lahat para ma-revive or resuscitate or maano yung ating pasyente. So, we try to console them. We had a patient kasi that died of the test kasi came out positive. So the patient was a stroke, I think a CKD patient, chronic kidney disease, a dialysis patient. And then the relative was really crying. Parang I was attending to the patient in the resuscitation. Although the patient naman was stable at that time, eventually kasi siya expired. Parang, Doktora, ano po bang nangyayari ngayon? Parang kailan po ba, parang yung kapatid niya, the sister, parang ano po ba yung nangyayari ngayon sa Pilipinas? Parang nagda-dialysis lang po ang pasyente ko. Bakit po, bakit po siya, bakit siya sinususpicious ng COVID? Tapos parang, she was really crying kasi they have nothing else to go. Sabi ko, ma'am, be strong lang po para sa kapatid ninyo. Matatapos din po ito. Hindi naman po porket nandito siya, COVID positive na siya. Titignan po natin, itetest po natin si ma'am kung COVID po ba siya o hindi. Tapos, doktora, gawin niyo po lahat ng kaya niyong gawin kasi dalawa lang po kaming magkasama. Kapatid ko po yan. Wala po siyang asawa at anak. So ako po yung nag-aalaga sa kanya simula nung nagda-dialysis siya. Sana po hindi COVID yung sakit niya. So parang kami naman, syempre, we do not know naman the status of the patient. So eventually, we found out nga that the patient was positive. And then, parang the patient expired. And then, one duty, I saw very familiar kasi yung sister. Nakita niya ako, tapos parang sabi niya, parang, Doktora, namatay po yung kapatid ko. Sabi niya ganyan. Parang lumapit siya sa akin. Pero she didn't know pa lang kasi the status, but the patient was positive. Tapos, kukontakin naman po kayo ng PHU kung ano po yung status ng pasyente. I was consoling the sister kasi kawawa, parang naawa kasi ako na dalawa lang sila literal, walang family. They don't have any husband. Parang dalawa lang sila magkasama lagi. So she stood by her sister kahit na ganun yung situation. Alam ko naman yung hirap for a dialysis patient to go through. Parang that's her life na everyday. So mahirap siya. Parang ang sama sa loob mong makipag-usap sa patient na sabihin na they're really in a bad situation, critical yung condition. So, every day, para every duty, I really pray na bago ako sumabak sa battlefield, sana wala pong mag-expire. Sana gumaling po sila lahat. Kasi it's really, really hard to present yourself to the relative. Parang being a doctor kasi they have to look at you as really strong na very tense yung emotions. Parang hindi ka, pero at the end of the day, we're still human and every day is a struggle. Being a doctor is a struggle. Explaining yourself to the relatives and the situation of the patients is a struggle. So, we're also human din. Naka-PPE kami 12 hours and then naka-PPE ka na nga, then you have to resuscitate someone, you have to do everything, then you have to explain, and then one duty, I literally came home and I was really crying and then sabi ko parang, God, bakit it's really parang sobrang sakit sa loob na doctor ka na nga and then gusto mong mag-save ng life pero parang kulang pa rin. Parang bakit gano'n? Parang nag-aral ka ng medicine ng sobrang tagal. You think you know everything but when you're in the field, parang everything is clueless sa'yo and then may mag-expire na patient, although may mga recoveries, pero kasi pangit, may mga ibang patients na pangit din dumadating. And then, I really cry at night and then I just pray, I just put on my scrub suit, I put on my mask, I drive to work, I have to face them. So, it's just a matter of having the dedication, I think. That's what really inspires me kasi to get up. Parang I really, really like catering and talking to patients. Kahit na mahirap siya, it's part of my work and um, it's part of being a doctor. And I think that's what really rewards me also. What really pains me is what really rewards me also. Eh. Parang kung ano yung mahirap na gawin, but even though if I see them recovering or if I see them happy, that's also very rewarding. Or yung mga patients na critical dumating and then you will know na they recovered successfully. I think it will not replace any feeling in the world being a doctor. Kasi I myself experienced na being in quarantine kasi start of March when we were planning out the ER and then we have patients that really come in na marami, I started developing symptoms. It was a simple sore throat and dry cough. And then I have to I have to isolate myself. I stopped muna being on duty. I quarantined myself and tested myself for COVID also. Kasi nung nag-quarantine ako, feeling ko pasyente talaga ako kasi I was in my room alone. It was a struggle kasi I'm also a frontliner, so I can see the messages, the updates. Then I can't do anything kasi I have to protect myself first. So more than yung symptom na nararamdaman mo, it's the mental health and the emotional burden that you carry kasi you don't know if you're positive or negative. So it's a struggle to sleep at night. I've been in Manila for med school, pre-medicine, med school. And then my family kasi is from Tuguegarao, from the north, Cagayan. So I had a habit also na kahit once a month or if I have a day off, kahit isang araw lang, I book a flight or I book a bus trip going home. Right now, this year, hindi pa ako nakakauwi kahit once. So, how do I adjust? Kasi my sister went home dati and then kahit nasa Manila lang sila, I was not able to see them. Parang I have to, kahit sobrang miss ko na sila, gusto ko makita yung pamangkin ko na tagal-tagal na sa Oman. And my sister who stayed there almost 5 years, 6 years sila sa Oman. And then I really wanted to see my niece na malaki na siya, 6 years old.
Yes.
Siyempre, I have to yun yung tingin ko nakakayak na part na talagang struggle sa akin. Yung, hindi ko siya makita, hindi ko sila makita. And then, sumabay pa yung I had uncle pa na stroke. And then I couldn't also see him because they're in a different, Manila din naman, pero I can't travel to see them because I'm risking them of contacting anything kasi I myself is exposed to many PND patients. So even though emotionally I really, really want to go home, I really want to see them, I want to eat out with them, wala I have to protect them and to protect them I have to distance myself, which is really, really painful for me, who is really, really close to my family. And I have sisters, I have nieces. My other sister din kasi is at Ireland. She's also a frontliner. She's a ICU nurse. So I also have nephews with her. She also can't go home, even though she wants to go home. My parents naman, they understood our work. By two sisters are nurses, and then I am a doctor, so they really understand our profession. And pero syempre, there is still my family, there is still my parents. I really want to see them, and hoping na sana matapos na to, I will really come home to hug them and see them again. also my nephews and my sisters. And I'm just really praying for everyone to for this pandemic to stop and to for us to lead a normal life again. I think what keeps me going is my dedication and passion because I really, really wanted to treat patients kahit nakakapagod yan. I really know what I got myself into. I chose this field. I chose being in the emergency room. I chose this every day of my life because this is what I'm trained to do. So what really keeps me going are my family also and my friends, my co-residents, my consultants, my mentors, which who really support us. And at the end of the day, um, kahit mahirap pa yan, I'm willing to go to work. I'm willing to extend my duty hours because I think more than anything else, yun na lang din kasi yung what inspires me to go on with my life in being choosing this field. I think being in the battlefield is what really also keeps me alive. Kumbaga, it's what fires the desire in my heart to pursue this situation. Kahit ganito yung situation, I just get up, I wake up, I just put my scrub suit on, I put my stethoscope on, I put my mask on or PPEs on, and I think life goes on kasi parang the world will not stop for anyone. So why would you stop for anything, di ba? You just go on with your life and do what you know best, and that is being a doctor and treating patients.